Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mesquite Creek Outfitters, host to your Georgetown Eagle Baseball Coaches Show. We're live here on this beautiful Thursday night, a victorious celebration as Georgetown was victorious on Tuesday night, 3-2 in overtime, in extra innings, overtime of baseball, extra innings against Eastview across the way at Eastview High School, claiming a share, at least a share of the district title for your Georgetown Eagles this season here in 2024. And so one more game, a win in one of the last three games will give Georgetown the outright district title here in 2024, and that may come tomorrow night. That's another big game tomorrow night for Georgetown, as they will face off against Eastview in Game 2 of that head-to-head matchup back home at Eagle Field. 7 o'clock tomorrow. Come out and join us. It's another opportunity to come out and support this team, this program, and continuing to do good things. And so, but what a celebration. I was out of town. Kelly Duvall, Dave England called the game on Tuesday night. I got to watch it on about a 15-inch screen from my table on vacation down in Port Aransas, and watched every pitch of that baseball game, and what a game it was. So congrats to the Eagles on a big win, picking up a difficult win, a game that many will say was closer than it needed to be, but both teams played to do the utmost. The pitching duo was a good one. Patrick Reyes on the mound to start for the Patriots, and then, of course, Riley Leininger starting it out for Georgetown. Cooper Ashby coming in with 3 beautiful innings, and then Andrew Nations closing it out there in the 10th inning for the save. And so your Eagles improved to 17-9-1 on the year, but 11-0 in district play to stay undefeated. They are guaranteed the playoffs. They are guaranteed at least a share of the district title. All goals that this team set for themselves early in the year. And so now we're just waiting for Coach Vierra to come up and join us so we can talk some things that occurred in that game. And so whenever he's ready, he'll make his way up here and jump on the headsets. But this Eagle team continues to amaze. They do great things here in district. They've done what they had to do in tough games. They've in not so pretty games, but they pulled it out and won them. But a one that you expected. We talked about this last week with Eastview. You're going to get their best shot. They had a lot to play for with the playoffs on the line, and they gave Georgetown their best shot on Tuesday night. And Coach Jordan Vierra joins us. And Coach Kelly talked to you after the game. A big win for this team. One, you get at least a share of the district title with one more win needed to outright claim the district title. That second goal for this team. But a tough matchup. Eastview gave you everything you expected, one of their best performances of the year, in a game that meant a lot for them to try to make the playoff run, and a good win by Georgetown in extra innings.
Full defense, made a bunch of quality plays to keep our guys off the bases. To ultimately double up a couple plays and shut down some innings where we started having a little offensive momentum moving. But ultimately, we were able to get the big hit when it mattered at the end, and play enough defense to keep it where it needed to be.
This pitching staff in the district run continues to do good things for this Georgetown team. Another great start out of Riley Leininger, and then 3 good innings out of Cooper Ashby out of the bullpen. It didn't give up a hit, kept them off the base path, and then Andrew Nations to come in and get that save there at the end. This pitching staff continues to do what you ask them. They answer that call. They go to the mound and deliver again on a big win on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, our guys continue to attack the strike zone with multiple pitches. Riley went out there and was able to command his fastball where he needed to, and to be able to spin it when he needed to, throw changeups when he needed to. Control the running game. The Cooper Ashby came in and did the same thing, continue to give our defense chances to be able to make plays. And then Andrew Nations came in, and he's kind of been a guy that's been able to spin it and fill it up. And, he's a guy that's been pitching with a lot of confidence the past few weeks. And so whenever you got a group of guys that you can trust and say, hey, here's a ball, go fill it up, go execute pitches, give our defense an opportunity, sure makes our job a lot easier.
some things occurred in that game on Tuesday night that I wanted to ask you about as I was watching, making my notes on the road. The play at first base. The player hits the ground ball to right field. Rainey comes up with, throws to first base. Fluid applies the tag as he slides through the bag and comes off the bag. What's the rule on that? Most bags you run through the bag at first bag. Once you slide, same scenario?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing changes. It doesn't matter if you're running or if you're sliding. You have the right to continue past the bag. So that rule doesn't change there at all.
It was one of those that you get a crowd feedback in that game of what happened, what not, and especially when it gets questioned and now the umpires start talking.
Right.
And you talk about things like that. This game went back and forth, a swinging foul ball that hit the player. Talk about that and what was called and how that works out.
Yeah, when a pitch is thrown and a batter swings at it, if it makes contact with the body, whether it's the hands all the way down to the shins, it doesn't matter if you have a full swing and you have contact with the batter with the ball. That is a dead ball strike. So in that situation, it was a dead ball strike 3, and so the batter was out. So it wasn't a foul ball because the umpires called that he had swung, obviously, and said that it hit his hands. So that is a dead ball strike 3 right there.
And important in a game, especially like that, where a balk gets called, and that's the only run that Eastview had in the first few innings of that ball game. Looked like, watching it online, a scenario where Riley Leininger has done the same thing all season long.
Yep.
And now a balk's called from the umpire behind him in the field. Talked about that play there and how big that was for us to come back in the next inning and get that sac fly to tie that ball game back up in the third.
Yeah, full honesty, it's something we've told Riley to stop doing all year because it's a balk every time that he does it, and finally got a call on him. Once you begin movement, you cannot stop movement, and so with nobody on, it's not an issue for him to be rocking the way that he is, and then to start his motion and continue his motion. The issue comes whenever there's runners on. Once you begin a motion, you cannot stop that. So umpires interpreted his rock back and his rock forth as beginning his moments or his movement into his windup. So whenever he rocked forward and then rocked back a second time, that's where the pitch becomes a balk and ultimately moves them in. So hopefully that's a knowledge knot that we can move on from, and hopefully it's something that we don't repeat that mistake again.
This district continues to have the shuffle at the 3-4 spot for district playoffs. Eastview's in that shuffle still. What do you expect tomorrow night to get from Eastview when they come across to Eagle Field tomorrow night?
They're going to give us their best shot again. They're not a team that they're going to cower down and run away by any stretch. They're a team that's always going to show up and give you everything they got. Sorry. And continue to compete and continue to give plenty of energy and effort the entire time. Our objective is going to continue to be the same thing that it always is. Have our starting guy go out and give us the best opportunity that he can on the mound. Throw as many strikes as he possibly can. Allow our defense to be able to pick it up, throw it to first base the way that we need to. And then ultimately being able to execute offensively the way that we need to. Being able to execute bunts, steals, scoring runs, the situational hitting, all of those types of things. And just ultimately just stay in the moment. Not allow any moments to get too big. Allowing our guys to understand that it's just another game. It's just another game to get to be able to play. And maybe against the other school in town. But ultimately it's just another game.
Talk about the atmosphere that was at Eastview on Tuesday night and what this team needs and deserves to get on tomorrow night as they come back home and play it at the crosstown rival.
Yeah, it was an incredible atmosphere. They did a really good job of packing the outfield area with guys and with the chance and the excitement they had going on out there. It added to the atmosphere. The visitor stands are pretty loud and did a good job of adding energy in an exciting game. Really hope that we're able to have a really good crowd over at our place of people being into the game and being want to participate in the game and wanting to cheer on these guys that have continued to work their tails off with an opportunity to seal a district championship tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Eastview comes over to Eagle Field at Georgetown High School to take on your Eagles. An opportunity for the Eagles to solidify a district championship all by themselves with a win over Eastview and really do some damage to Eastview's playoff chances with a loss there for the Patriots. And so a big game for both teams that will be brought to you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Come join us in the stands. If you can't, we'll have it live here on the SHN Sports Network, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. We'll take our first time out. When we come back, it's our freshman player of the week. His name is Gavin Kelly. We'll be right back here at Mesquite Creek Outfitters, 704 South Austin Avenue with your Eagle Baseball Coaches Show. We're back here live. Mesquite Creek Outfitters joined by our freshman player of the week. He wears number 2. His name is Gavin Kelly. Gavin, welcome to the Coaches Show tonight. Congrats on the freshman player of the week. We love getting to talk to you guys. How's this season going for you?
It's going good, just being able to get out here and play with my guys and obviously represent the G. It's a great honor.
17-7-1 is the record for the freshman team right now, as seen on Game Changer. So if it's wrong, that's on Coach V and his staff. I tell you what, I was looking at some numbers today on my drive back. I loved it. My wife drives on the way back from Port A today, coming back from vacation. Looking at these stats, and I'm blown away. And I've got to read them to you because I can't keep up with them. How this dude has 39 stolen bases on the year, 14 more than the next player on the team. And it's amazing. On April 4th, I went back and looking at all these games to look at these numbers. At the plate was technically 0 for 1 on the ball game. That doesn't mean anything. He reached on an error, was walked twice, had an RBI, 3 runs scored, 5 stolen bases in the ball game. Don't let him on the base pass. It's pretty simple. 39 stolen bases for the freshman, and I tell you what, the running game is fun. On-base percentage over 500. It's at 511, a 333 batting average, 21 hits, 17 RBIs, 29 runs scored. He's walked 22 times. But then that's not it. We'll see him on the mound. 6 games that he's appeared in 16 1/3 innings. He's 2-1 with only allowing 14 hits. 10 runs scored, only 4 of them earned, a 1.714 ERA. It just keeps going with 23 strikeouts, a batting average of 219 against you, and then 3 pickoffs. So evidently the mastery of I'm going to run on you, but you're not going to lead off and run on me. It's fun. How much fun are you having on the base pass? 39 stolen bases. Those are some major league numbers right there.
It's pretty fun. My job's just to get on base, and it's pretty fun running, so yeah.
We're going to have to talk to Coach V about getting some tips in there from this freshman runner to teach some of these varsity players. Talent Ball is one of the ones we get to see that the robbery shirt, these shirts they get to wear for stealing a lot of bases, and then I see 39 on the freshman team for one of the players, and it's just amazing to see. You guys, this team seems to be gelling well. You guys have come in. You have a lot of pressure. I ask every freshman player of the week every week. Is that pressure something that you guys worry about, or is it you take it and wear it with pride knowing that you guys are going to work hard to continue to get better?
I think it's in the back of our minds, but I think right now we're just focused on having fun and getting after it. So, yeah.
A tough week this week. A loss to Eastview. No one likes that. No one likes to have that. How do you guys stay motivated going in a game like that, and how do you turn that around and get ready for the next game for you guys to get back up? No one, you haven't lost that many on the year, 17-7-1 record. How do you guys as a freshman group in your first year wearing the uniform at Georgetown High School, how do you guys get yourself flipped back and stay positive to get things going in the right direction the next game?
Losses come and go. Our job's just to get back in there and get the next one. Just focus on the next one, yeah.
Knowing you guys are full of talent on this team, this freshman team is talented from top to bottom. Does that help you push yourself and your teammates to get better and to earn that playing time? Looking there as you've played in so many of the games, pitching and in the field, do you guys push yourselves? And is it fun and competition against your fellow classmates and your teammates, but know at the same time you want to earn your spot?
I think it's a little bit of both. We all push ourselves, but then again, we have our teammates to push each other too. So yeah.
Outside of baseball, you have a week off before the summer starts. Where do we find Gavin Kelly? What makes him tick? Where would we find you, and what would you be doing to have fun?
I usually just chill. I'll come up and hit a few times a week with some of my guys, so I'll do that. And then I like to watch a lot of Coach Rack, so yeah.
All right. Do you play MLB The Show?
I don't have the game this year,
okay.
But I usually do.
That's the first one. I finally found someone that's not on it this year. That's been the overall answer. Summer ball, you play travel ball as well?
Yeah, I play for GPS.
GPS, another GPS notch on the board with Lone Star and GPS in this area. School from travel ball, different positions sometimes. Sometimes you're pushed into different areas. You're given the go play any position you want to do. What's your favorite position on the baseball field?
I like second base. Second
middle
base,
infield.
Yeah.
On the Georgetown team, how does it differ from at school and from the travel ball? Are you stretching different positions? Do you play different spots given each of those respective teams?
Usually on travel ball, I play a lot more outfield, but this year I've been a lot more infield. So,
with 39 stolen bases, I would understand the speed aspect of playing the outfield and running down some balls. As this team grows, what are the goals for Gavin Kelly as you move on after this freshman year to your sophomore, your junior, senior year? What are goals that Gavin Kelly set for himself as you look to better yourself, get better, and eventually be on that varsity team here at Georgetown?
My goals are just keep straight A's. I mean, that's what I've been trying to do all year, and then obviously get stronger and hopefully grow. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to playing on varsity.
Outside of lunchtime, recess, and nap time at school, what's your favorite class right now?
I like my world geography class.
And
It's pretty fun.
who's the teacher at world geography?
Miss Della Husse.
Finally, a class that is not taught by a coach. So I respect this. And he wants to keep all A's, so that speaks volume about the education drive for this young man. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
I want to shout out my family and friends for all coming out here. And I want to shout out my brother and Connor Young.
Number 2, Gavin Kelly, your freshman player of the week. Thanks for joining us here on the Eagle Baseball Coaching Show. Quick timeout. We'll be right back from And we're back live here at Mesquite Creek Outfitters, 704 South Austin Avenue, the host of your Eagle Baseball Coaching Show, presented by the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club. And we are back now. The JV Player of the Week, number 10, Ezekiel Hernandez, joins us here. He's a sophomore on the JV team. Thanks for joining us tonight. And, man, the stats keep pouring in. I have more fun today reading these stats. This is one stat I haven't covered all year, and it just blows my mind. In the fielding side of the baseball game, you have your offense, your defense, your pitching, blah, blah, blah. Fielding, 77 total chances for Ezekiel. 1 assist, 76 putouts. The most on the team, the most touches on the team on his total chances, and he has a fielding percentage of 100% on a team that has a fielding percentage of 95.3%. That's a lot of touches with no mistakes. Talk about that. What position are we playing to get this kind of touches? And man, we're sure-handed and not making any mistakes.
Yeah, it's a mix of catching and third base. And most of my touches come from catching, so I don't think I've made any errors behind the plate. And then at third, I haven't. I've gotten a few ground balls. And, yeah, I just do my best to make the play.
I'll tell you what, 77 touches, 1 assist, 76 putouts, 100% fielding average is I'd say it's pretty darn good. Then you go back and look at some of the ball games. Lake Belton, you guys fell in the first game to them 4-3 at Lake Belton. Came back home on the 12th. Played Lake Belton. You pitched 3 innings. You faced 11 batters, struck out 4, walked 2, no hits, no runs. Got the W there on a big win to right the wrong against Lake Belton. Turned around against Eastview. Just went 2 for 2 with 2 walks. Got on base all 4 times in that one. Stole a base, scored a run. Batting average for the year is all right. It's only sitting at 488, just 12 points under 500. On base percentage, almost 600 on the year, 569. 21 hits, 11 RBIs. But he might pitch occasionally. Watch out for that. In 6 games, he's thrown 13 innings. He's 1-0 with a save, and he's only given up 5 runs on the mound with a batting average against a 259. Is there a position you don't play on this baseball team?
First base.
First base. All right,
In
so we've
middle.
narrowed it down. Any outfield?
Yeah, I did
Okay,
play outfield.
man. All right, that's my next trial. By the time he reaches his senior year, someone will play all of the positions in one game. I keep trying with Coach V. I never get lucky, but now I have my next person to push. This JV team doing well, sitting at 18-8 on the year. How much fun are you guys having as one of the sophomores on this team, a mix of a freshman, some sophomores, some juniors? How much fun are you having here in your sophomore year?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I love these guys. Like, we have a great time. We get along really well, and we'll always find time to hang out outside of baseball during school whenever we can. It's like family.
How much of a competition is it come practice time, knowing you want to push each other to get better, but you also want that playing time? How much fun is that, and how much Does it turn to competition outside of friendship and trying to be the best one out there to get your time?
Yeah, it definitely turns into a competition, and it definitely pushes me to be harder because there's a lot of talented guys on our team.
Looking up and down you guys' stat line is just fun to watch, and some of the numbers putting up and the opportunities that are out there, and they're limited when you have that many good players on there and the competition is there. This team continues to drive on. 18-8, you guys, we just talked to Gavin about it. When you come back off of a loss, how does this team recoup from that? How do you guys stay together and not let it get you down, but yet turn it around and get back on the winning ways? That being said, you did win against Eastview the other night. I did notice that. It was I didn't write the score down, but a win against them. How do you guys do that as a team? How do you guys recover from maybe a bad performance or an off night to get back in the winning ways?
Yeah, well, during a bad performance, most of the time it's just our energy is just not there. And the next game when we lose, we want to get back at the team because they made us look bad. So it really gets us going and gets our energy up.
Second year at Georgetown wearing this G logo. How much does that mean to you, and how much fun are you having knowing that it's an honor to put it on, and now the hard work has to continue to get those playing opportunities and to continue to move up that ladder, eventually trying to get on that varsity team to represent?
Yes, sir. It means a lot. Like, coming into tryouts, I didn't really know if I was going to make the team, and I gave my all, and now we're here.
Then he tried out a catcher at first, everything but first base. I'm sorry, a catcher, second base, third base, pitcher, and got a lot of touches and doesn't make errors. It's amazing. He continued to perform well. A 488 batting average through 26 games on the year, pretty impressive. I think just a person that likes to look at baseball numbers. What are the goals for yourself as you move on? The end of the sophomore season's coming. One more week of baseball after this one. What's the goals for yourself that you look in your junior and senior year?
Yeah, I'm just looking to make the varsity team, and then I know we have the talent for it, and we have the guys to win state. So I want to do that and get good grades for the rest of the school.
Speaking of grades, we go to our school question outside of lunchtime, nap time, and recess. What's your favorite class you're taking right now?
It's got to be health.
I can't knock it. Who teaches that one?
Coach Howard.
There we go. I knew it would be a coach on the house side. That stays fair. Outside of baseball, before the summer starts, I'm assuming you play travel ball as well?
Yes, sir.
I haven't met anybody that does not, that wears a G uniform. Before that season starts, you get 1 week off. If nothing baseball related, where do we find you having fun?
Probably just either hanging out with friends or just sitting at home.
Nothing. That's it. It's nice and simple. You got to like it. I'll take it. After going out of town sometimes, the best medicine is to come home and just sit at home. Let me be and recover there. Select ball. Who do we play for?
THZ.
A totally different one. The hitting zone. Now, where are they located now? Is it still off of Sunrise? It's still off of Sunrise in Round Rock. A good program. Several, as my sons were coming up, several of their friends played at THZ. What positions in travel ball? Is it different from what you see at school in the positions you play, and what do you do there?
Yes, sir. I mainly play middle there.
Okay.
And pitch. Don't really catch.
Okay. Now, this year, now that catching is now we got Rogers back, and he's going to help catch now. Where do we find you more? Third base, second base, anywhere? Anywhere but first base, I think, is what the answer would be.
Yeah, third base and pitching mainly.
If you had to pick, and the coach said, all right, you're first, go pick your position tonight, where do we find you? Where's your favorite place?
Pitcher.
Pitcher on the mound. Wants
Yes,
to
sir.
run the game and control the game. I can go with that with 13 innings pitched, a 1-0 record with the save, only allowing 12 hits in 13 innings. That's pretty good. Coach Vierra never had numbers like that, I don't think. Did you pitch at all? Are you a pitcher? No. One time? Exactly. So you're good. You're good. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
Just my whole team.
The JV team. The JV player of the week, number 10, Ezekiel Hernandez. Thanks for joining us live here on the Coaches Show. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Colton Crutchfield joins us first. We go with the junior first. Then we go with the secret. The Mighty Mouse is in the house tonight. We'll be back live at Mesquite Creek Outfitters. We're back here live. Mesquite Creek Outfitters host your Eagle Baseball Coaches Show, presented by the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club. We're joined by number 9. He wears number 9 on the varsity, Colton Crutchfield.
Sir.
And I tell you what, scored one of the big runs the other night. Came in a pinch hit area, a roll there in the 10th inning, top of the 10th. Reach on the fielder's choice, ended up still in second base. Talk about the atmosphere of that ball game for you guys.
You know, it was a really tense game the entire way through, especially going through the 8th, 9th, and 10th inning. And it was just getting to the point where it was so tense and everything. And going up to the plate, I was just trying to put something in play and get the ball moving around. And then we got Luke to come up and finally got that big hit to finally seal it.
You're sitting on second base when that hit comes up. Luke steps in, and of course, Eastview infatuated with things about Luke's life, and they start to talk their noise. It's a tense game all night long. Luke puts that ball in left field. Are you stopping at third base? Is there any chance?
No chance. I was making sure I was scoring another run.
Just so you know, I was waving you around from the table at Fort Aransas because I was like, he's got to score. One's not enough. We got to get that. In a situation like that, the crowd is going. This crowd's backing you up. The Eastview crowd is into you guys here. Do you hear that, or is it all? Are you guys locked in so much that it's just the game is happening and you're so focused that that doesn't pay attention come into your mind?
For most of it, you can't really hear it. It's more or less just like a blur, and you're in your own head thinking about the situations going on. And most of the time, you can't. There's every once in a while where you can hear it, but most of the time, no.
This team in the middle of a 12-game winning streak, 11-0 in district with another Saturday win there against the Vandergrift Vipers, a 12-2 win. How much fun has it been since you guys got on this run and you guys seem to be locking in to try to make this run through district undefeated get to the playoffs? How much fun are you guys having in this locker room? The crowd mic is fun to listen to. I finally got to listen to one during the game, not calling the game on my computer and listening to it. You guys chirping in that dugout, cheering your team, getting in the pitcher's head. How much fun is this team having?
We're having so much fun. I mean, like every other second, we're always making jokes at each other, in a good way, and just always so comfortable around each other. And it's just been an amazing experience so far.
You guys go from a game like we finished off against Cedar Creek, a 13-1 win on the road to take game 2 of that series, and then come back to Georgetown and go to Eastview on Tuesday night in a 3-2 game in 10 innings. You have your pick of one of those. What's more fun to be a part of, a game that you battled through or a game that, hey, at 5 innings we get to head to the house?
I would honestly say the closer game, just because it's more you're locked in and it's not just like going somewhere and just straight through it. And after a while, it just kind of gets like boring and you're just going through a routine. But like when you're locked into a game for so long, it's like you got to pay attention. You really got to try, and you got to always have grit.
How does this group and how do you guys as a team keep your focus now? You've made the playoffs. Goal number 1, check. You've won a district title. You want that you want to be the district champs by yourself. But you've got to share that. Check. How does this team stay focused for 3 more ball games? You've got a team in Eastview that has to win. They need to win their last 3 ball games to have a chance for the playoffs. Bastrop is a team fighting to get into the playoffs as well. You've got them in the last 2 games. How does this team and how do you guys stay focused knowing you've made those first 2 goals, say the playoffs are right around the corner? How do you stay focused and keep winning?
Well, usually we just always got to think ahead. Like everyone else is practicing too, and they're going to get better, so we got to be even better. And we want to be undefeated. So to reach that goal, we got to practice every day, work hard, and just keep going at it.
We have the coach speak, and you're familiar with that. Your dad's a coach, but you have the coach speak. It's a faceless opponent in the dugout. We're playing the game of baseball. That's what coach says. I don't care about that stuff. I'm interviewing you guys. How much fun was it to beat Eastview on Tuesday night?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, getting to beat your rival, it was great, and we just get to do it again tomorrow.
Tomorrow night, Friday night at Eagle Field. You guys are having a fun time now in this camaraderie. As a junior on this team, knowing your senior year is yet to come next year, how are you preparing yourself to be one of those leaders next year? And how are these seniors doing their job of getting you guys ready to continue on that legacy of the G and that you're going to be in charge of instilling in the next group?
Yeah, I mean, I always looked up to the juniors my sophomore year, and now I'm looking up to them as a junior their senior year, and I just always look forward to seeing them play their hardest, and I always do what they want to do, play good, they do good, I want to be good, and being a leader next year, you just got to carry it on, You got to show everyone what to do the right thing, how to do it, and you just got to do the right things always.
Top of the 10th inning, you get the call. Hey, you're pinch hitting. What's going through Colton Crutchfield's mind?
Just hit the ball hard and get the ball moving because we hadn't been doing much, and we had a runner on first and second. My mindset was to get the ball to go somewhere and get something to happen. So
you reach base. Andrew's over at third. You still second. Now what's going through your mind as Luke steps in? Ready? Hey, I need to be on that plate. We need one hit. We're going to open this up.
The second I see ball hit, I'm going. 2 outs, you just got a full sprint.
I wonder how many arms were cranking Colton Crutchfield around third base the other night, because I was sitting I was standing up at the table yelling, and I have headphones in. No one else in the house can hear the game, and they're like looking at me like, what in the world is going on? And I'm waving, let's go, get around. This junior year is almost over. What are the goals for Colton Crutchfield? I assume you play travel ball outside of
Yes, sir.
Who do you play for?
I play for Wings.
A new one. That's a
Yeah.
THG gets a notch tonight. Wings baseball gets a notch. Outside of Georgetown, do you go play travel ball? What's your what are the positions there that you would find Colton Crutchfield?
I play the same positions, outfield, pitcher, and my goals usually are just get better. Be able to see the ball better, hit the ball harder, and throw harder and more accurate.
Where do we find Colton if he's just given a week to go have fun and do whatever makes him happy? That's legal and won't get you in trouble.
Yeah.
I see your dad. I see your dad out of the corner of my eye. I just want to make sure.
Hayden Grooms actually put me on it not too long ago. We went about 2 hours away from here and went fly fishing for about 4 hours. So that's a new thing for me in fly fishing.
For the first time last night, I went fishing off the pier in Port A. I had to have my 24-year-old son casting my line out because I don't fish. And it was so cool until I caught this little one. I was like, I really don't want to reel it in. How do I cut it right here and start over? Fly fishing seems to be a big thing, and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
You get out there and you take your mind off things and enjoy the sport.
Yeah.
So it's cool talking to Hayden Grooms. And now he's finally found someone he can take with him. And
Yeah,
get him to go with
he
you.
put me on it not too long ago, and he begged me to go out there, and I wasn't really looking forward to it, but afterwards it was so much fun.
That's awesome. I tell you what, fly fish. Now I don't want to try it because my wine will be, my son will do it. In school, you guys are pushed at this baseball team. That's one thing I wanted to talk to this varsity team. From the freshman level up, the expectations in the classroom are high for this program. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a certain average, it's in tutorials. Yeah. How important is that to you, I know, especially having a parent that is at the school that's involved in education, how important is it to you, and what's a favorite subject we'll find you studying?
I would probably say forensics. It's just the most interesting class I've been in so far, and it's just something you're not used to, and it's pretty fun as of right now.
That's a great field to go into. My son just actually graduated with his criminal justice with the focus in forensics, and it's a great area. I learned a lot just while he was in school learning, and have learned a lot of that being in law enforcement. So what's the future? What are the goals for Colton Crutchfield? Past your senior year, looking at your senior year, on this varsity team, to come back and continue to contribute to be a leader. What are the future goals for Colton Crutchfield?
Man, next year we obviously want to go undefeated again and make another playoff run. But honestly, just to have a great team and have fun and play good.
The future after high school, what does that look like? What are the goals there?
I would say go to a good college and get a degree. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but definitely get my bachelor's degree and go somewhere good. Hopefully A&M.
It was all good until there, Dad. I'm sorry. I don't know. We're having a conversation tomorrow night in the booth. No, that's awesome. A great school.
Yeah.
Over in Bryan College Station. I'll give them credit. It is a fine education place. Any shout-outs before I let you out of here?
Shout out to my grandparents and my mom. Yeah, that's about it.
Number 9, Colton Crutchfield on your varsity baseball team. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
A quick timeout. When we come back, it's Talon Ball joining us live here at Mesquite Creek Outfitters. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
We got our main man, Mercer, running the board for us tonight here live at Mesquite Creek Outfitters, 704 South Austin Avenue, host of your Georgetown Eagle Baseball Show. Joined now by my, man, I tell you what, this is one of my favorite guys, the Mighty Mouse Talon Ball. The dude is a Max Elite wrestling team 2 years in a row, talent, and then comes over and plays baseball and continues to just be one of those two-sport athletes that tears it up here at Georgetown. Talent, thanks for joining me tonight, man. I've been looking forward to having you up here. Talk about this year, your senior year. I say that now as you have a brace on your wrist, and we've already conversated about the next couple of games. But talk about this senior year. A run. We're going to talk about the fact that you made a run in the state in wrestling, came up just short with a state runner-up, but what a wonderful season, earning that Max Elite recognition again for the second year in a row, and now on the varsity baseball team. Talk about this senior year. How's it going for you?
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, obviously school's nothing because it's senior year, so I don't have to worry too much about that. So it's been fun being able to focus a lot on sports in general. And I mean, sometimes you just don't finish how you get or how you want to sometimes, and that's what happened with wrestling. But I mean, I think I did very well, and I can't really be upset about it. So I had some decent fun last year. I like to say it was pretty fun, but things happen, I guess. And then got to come play baseball, and I missed it a lot. So it's been absolutely awesome to play baseball again, and I show it all the time. I love being there, and it's unfortunate that last year's injury came back again after not even 10 days ago. I was perfectly fine, and so I thought we were doing good. And sometimes when things hit the fan, you just gotta keep going and let it heal. So hopefully that's what happens, and I have all faith in whoever they put out there to fill my spot. I mean, they're going to do just as good as I do, if not better, and maybe they stay out there because that's their chance to shine, and I'd love that. So it'll be fun.
How big is it now in a position where you're going to come off the field with that injury that you become one of those leaders in the dugout, that you, as a senior, that you bring that energy, you continue to encourage and cheer on this team to become that big cheerleader to push those guys, the next one that steps in to fill that spot at second base. How big is that for you, and what kind of role are you going to step into and provide?
I mean, I feel like most of my teammates would agree, but I think I give a lot of energy to the team. I'm pretty energetic in baseball, so I like to scream a lot and talk here and there. So I think it'll be fun to be able to sit back and watch the game and not have to be super stressed about my performance or be affected by my performance. And I think it'll be pretty fun being able to cheer on everybody else and make sure that they feel like they got somebody behind them really pushing the same way as them. And it'll be a lot of fun.
The senior season for you at baseball, you guys are making a run now in this 12-game winning streak. How much fun are you guys having as a team? This locker room seems to be melding the energy as you guys come in, getting ready for practices, going out on the field and working. How much fun has that been this year, and how big is this push now to go to the playoffs for you guys in your senior year?
I think it's pretty big. I mean, of course, my senior year, so it'll be the last high school season for me to play. Don't know, telling what the future will be, but this is my last high school year, so I like to show the emotion that I've got, and no matter what it is, good or bad, I mean, I like to share it with my guys, and I feel like most of my energy is pretty upward, and I like to cheer everybody up. So I have off periods, so I get to show up early, and it's great. I get to show up and help everybody get their stuff ready and hype them up as soon as they walk in the door. So I have a great time. I mean, I think everybody's hyping me, and now they know that I'm the guy to hype everybody up, so they like to hype me up, and it helps me in times where I'm not so energetic, and then we keep feeding off each other, and it's great.
In your senior year, to get a big win like that Tuesday night on the road at Eastview, how much fun was that, and how much do you guys look forward to tomorrow night seeing Eastview back at Georgetown?
I'm excited. I don't think that they realize that was not our best performance we've ever had, and I think they still think they're in there, and I think we're going to shut the door on them, and they're not going to know what hit them. And I mean, it seems like there's a curse over there. Every year, 4 years in a row, we have not played our best against them for the first game, and then we showed them what Georgetown's about every year, the second game. And for that being the first game that we went into extra innings in, and it being ESU and still coming out with the victory with them being very chirpy, like it felt good. It felt pretty good.
You guys sit here in your control your own destiny to win the outright district title with one more win on this season. How much will that mean to you in a senior year for this senior class to win that outright district title?
I mean, it's weird to say, but I mean, last year it's kind of the expectation now because last year we came in and like it was mostly juniors, so most of my guys are the same. We got new guys now, and we're missing a few, but I mean, most of us are still there. We got the core guys still, and I think we're just playing baseball the same way we are, and it's kind of the expectation now to where, like, if we wouldn't, I would have been like, what are we doing? So, not that it's not amazing, it's just one more step that's kind of there, and it's not too.
As you look towards the end of this senior season, the senior year's coming up for you to graduate. What's the future? What's the goals? What are you looking to do after you get out of high school?
Well, right now, I'm going to South Dakota for wrestling. They put me pretty big offer out there. It's hard to pass up. And I mean, I'm talking about trying to get with the baseball coach and walk on there too, because I mean, I would love to continue my baseball career. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head to South Dakota, halfway across the United States, and show the NAI wrestlers what it's about here in Texas.
That is awesome. In case you said it earlier, I think it was a pretty good year. In case someone hasn't told you, I know your parents have, I know a lot of your friends have. You had a great year. It was awesome to follow you through this year at wrestling. To finish second in the state of Texas at the 5A level says a lot about you and your ability. And so we are super proud of you. And to see that Max Elite come out again with your name on it was super fun to see and talk about as we go through and each game and talk about you guys and what you guys are accomplishing. So congrats on South Dakota. I tell you what, enjoy the warm clothes and
yeah,
lots of hoodies. I'll enjoy that weather with you. But
nope, I hate the cold. I'm not gonna lie. It's not what I'm looking forward to. But we're indoors a lot in wrestling, so like, how cold am I gonna be? And I mean, you brought up the super elite team again, and last year, I'm not going to say it's not justified, but I think there's a little bit of sway that he was a senior last year. He plays the same as me, and I think I've got it this year, but I guess we'll see.
What does the summer look like for you before you head off to South Dakota? What are you going to do to kind of, I guess, wrap up things here in the Georgetown, the Texas life before you head up north? What are you looking to do this summer?
Well, I've talked to Coach up there, Coach Marty. He said that he wants us to have our senior summer, and it's a big thing because it's our last, high school summer. So I've got to get back in the wrestling room because I'm out of shape. But we're gonna figure out how to get back in shape and get in the swing of things. And I'm gonna try to hang out with my friends that are leaving as much as I can in between there, and still got the same goal in mind of showing up next year and showing that. It's not just a high schooler. I don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, I'm first year college. Like, I want to show something, And I think that's good, too, because you get to wrestle and play with something to prove with nothing on your back. You don't have a target no more. Like, everybody was coming after me last year. They said it all the time. And I think it's just a new slate for me to show up and be the guy that's chasing, and they're not going to like that. So I think it'll be pretty fun.
How are things competitively in your house? I think you have a sister that plays on a district championship softball team. What's the competition like in that house?
I mean, I hate to admit it, but she's definitely better than I am. Man, it made me so mad. We're in the dugout warming up at Cedar Creek, and we're like waiting to start because they're hitting, and the softball team already started. And my sister hit a home run while we're waiting. And they go, Talon, your sister just hit a home run. Oh, lovely. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so I'm pretty proud of her from a brother's standpoint. Like, just being someone that got to push her all the time. And, like, she barked at me back for it because everybody does. And they don't like being pushed. But, like, all credit to her. I had nothing other than pushing her to do it. She gets after it all the time, and it shows now. I mean, sophomore, she's easily on the road to go D1, and I'm proud that she's going to get to do that. And she's on her way to regional track meet right now, so she's still slower than me. That's all I got to say.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, because I see Mom here, I believe in the first inning at Cedar Creek she had a double and a home run. Yeah, it was 12-0 after
Perfect.
the top half of the first inning.
Perfect.
So we were keeping track of that before the baseball game started. So, I mean, no pressure
That's
on
even
that.
better.
But, yeah, it was a double and home run for your sister on that game. I was just – not that I was keeping track, but I do remember that.
Yeah, you were.
talking to
You were keeping track. You were waiting for this moment.
But how big is that for this? You guys, you compete against each other in that sense of pushing each other to be the best. How proud are you to sit there and watch what she's done as a sophomore and know that she still has a couple more years here at Georgetown in a program like she's in
It's
to be
awesome.
able to succeed?
It's absolutely awesome. I mean, being like I kind of knew, at least being older, like I knew that like the iron sharpens iron kind of thing. Like you got to have competition to get better, and we're very competitive in the Ball family. So, I mean, when I can be here, any possible chance, even if it's doing laundry, like I'm gonna whoop her. So I think that made her better, and it's showing a lot her sophomore year. And I think if she can find a motivation to still continue to work hard and grow as much as she can through her next 2 years, because I won't be there, like I don't think anybody's stopping her. I think she'll be just another person in college that everybody's like, who is this? And then that's going to be like, I taught her everything.
A claim to fame. Any shout-outs before I let you go?
Shout out to Cord Lawrence. That's my dog. I have to. I was going to shout out my sister, but she's got plenty of attention today. So, yeah.
Talon Ball, where's number 2 for your Georgetown Eagles? Thanks for joining us. We'll take a quick time out. We come back. Coach V joins us one more time here from Mesquite Creek Outfitters. We'll be right back. We're back here live, Mesquite Creek Outfitters, joined by our other producer tonight here. Jameson joins us live on set with Coach Vierra. Thanks to Mesquite Creek Outfitters for hosting our Eagle Baseball Coaches Show. Thanks for the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Boosters for presenting this each and every week. The Booster Club Board, we can't give them enough praise of what they do to support this baseball program. President Jeff Rogers, Vice President Derek Brown, Secretary Barbara Lawrence, Treasurer Rick Lane, Concessions Erica Jaramillo, Communications Lorena Rowland, Merchandise Stacy Strittmatter. I always mess her name up. And then, of course, the webmaster is Ben Kiki. Coach, we go to a big weekend here for Georgetown, battling the elements. If the elements stay away, a game on Saturday at 11 o'clock against Round Rock, but at the Dell Diamond. Should be a fun one there. Understanding that that's scheduled at 11, what are the preparations for that in the sense of if it does rain? Is it going to be a rain out? Will there be a reschedule in the future? What does that look like, trying to get in that extra game?
So ultimately, we're trying to play the game. If for some reason we're not able to play it and we get enough attention ahead of time, we're going to try and move it over to Round Rock High School to get the game in. But if we're not able to play at Dell Diamond, unfortunately, their schedule's so busy. This just happened to be one of the days that they had availability, called us and asked us if we wanted the chance to get to play over there. You got two pretty solid baseball teams in Georgetown and Round Rock, an old rivalry that's been around for a long time that unfortunately our guys don't know a whole lot about anymore. But it's a fun baseball game. Coach Carter over there does a fantastic job with those guys, and to have the opportunity to get to play at Dell Diamond against those guys is an awesome opportunity to get to have a little dress rehearsal.
So the plan will be 11 o'clock on Saturday. We'll have it live on the SHN Sports Network. We have clearance to be there and broadcast. And so if it goes scheduled, we will bring it to you. But come out and join it. Be there live at the Vidal Diamond, not very far, only 16.2 miles away from Georgetown High School. So come join us at 11 o'clock on Saturday. We're just hoping that rain will push away till about 1 or 2 o'clock. Let that game get in. Some good experience against a quality Round Rock team that's sitting after a big win on Tuesday night atop their district in 6A as they head to the playoffs. Well, we can't look ahead of that.
Point in our program right now, where we have a bunch of young guys who are in middle school, elementary school that are watching Eagle baseball and love the game of baseball and want to be a part of our program. And a memory that really sticks out to me a lot is after we dogpiled in 22, was leaving the field, and a couple of the guys that are currently on our freshman team were waiting right there, and we're beyond excited. I wanted to say, Coach, can't wait to get to be an Eagle and get to be a part of this program. So, we got a bunch of guys that want to continue the tradition, want to continue the legacy, and want to continue to play a big role in that. And just very thankful that we have young guys that A, want to play, and B, want to work to be good, and understand the time and the sacrifice it takes to do that.
Speaking of the youth here in Georgetown, GYBA night tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Talk about that to recognize those young athletes that are starting out in their careers in baseball and their future.
Yeah, GYBA plays a huge role in the baseball community that we have here in Georgetown. Gives most of our youth their first opportunity to get to step on a baseball field and get to pick up a baseball and swing a bat and get a taste of what it feels like to play baseball. And it's a great organization that those guys give back to their community. That you got the dads and the parents that show up and coach those guys from a very young age and teach them the fundamentals of baseball. And I think I'm very fortunate in the position that I have to have the parents that love baseball to the point and understand baseball enough to be able to teach their young guys the fundamentals. And GYBA night's always a personal favorite night of mine. Reminds me of being a little guy and getting to put on a jersey and what that feels like. And to see our guys get to light up a little bit with getting to sign autographs for little guys and see those kids get on the field and run around a little bit is it's always a breath of fresh air. And personally, it's a reminder of why I love the game the way that I do, and the memories that I have tagged along with it, and the joy that the game of baseball can bring.
So tomorrow night, GYBA, if they wear their jersey.
Yep, wear your GYBA shirt, get it for free. Get a
watch.
hot dog, get some autographs.
Even better, come out and watch your Eagles on the brink of a district championship solo. If they could get one more win out of the last 3 games, hopefully tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, live from Eagle Field. Eastview will come across in game number 2 of this Crosstown Classic. The Eagles on that cusp of checking box number 2, a district title of all their own. Thanks for joining us tonight. Jeff Rogers, you got anything? We always give you a chance. He just said have fun. Okay, that's good. Show up tomorrow
Show
night.
up, be loud, wear blue. Let's go.
Georgetown Eagle baseball tomorrow night. Be in the stands with us at 7 o'clock. The Eagles will take on the Eastview Patriots. If you can't be there, 6:45 pregame. We'll have it live on the SHN Sports Network. First Responder Broadcasting will bring you all things Eagle baseball. Jameson?
Eagle fight never dies.
Eagle fight never dies. Have a good night, everybody. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Good night.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO.